Hey everyone, it's Sunday afternoon, and so I have this friend, and they reached out to me at the end of last week and said that they had acquired 40 tropical milkweed plants that they did not want. And they asked me if I wanted them, and immediately, without thought, I said yes. Because in my mind, I'm thinking that's a lot of food for caterpillars. So now, Miss Use Native Host Plants, I now have 40 tropical milkweed plants. I'll show them all to you, and then we'll talk. Look at all this. And this isn't all of it. I have more down at the other end of the garden. I'll get one of those bug nets to just put over it, and I'll move it down to my garden work area. What purpose will that serve? First of all, it'll keep monarch butterflies from landing on them and sprinkling OE spores on the leaves of these plants. So it'll keep the leaves fresh. And then I can just go and lift up the little cover and take the cuttings I need to feed caterpillars that I'm raising. And I'll still wash them and rinse them and spray them down with hypochlorous acid and all that. But it would be like a little extra level of protection. And also, then I don't have to take cuttings of my swamp milkweed, which is my native milkweed I use predominantly in my garden, and it can just keep growing and supporting butterflies in my garden while I take cuttings of the tropical to feed to the inside guys. I said yes immediately. And like within 3 hours, they were in my yard. Okay. Oh look, there's a little female eastern black swallowtail laying eggs. Okay, so now I have to move all that tropical milkweed back to my work area. I have to decide where I want to put it. And, oh, she's gorgeous. And I have to make a space for it. And I need to take my leaf blower back and blow out the whole area back there. It just really needs done. Oh, look, there's Mr. Ringo too out here with us. Hey y'all, it's future editing me here, popping in the middle of this video because it occurred to me that since apparently I am raising monarch caterpillars again, I have all these videos about raising monarchs and OE and bleach washing eggs, and they're all for members only because they're mixed in with the seasons. Season 1, 2, 3, and 4 videos are all members only. So I just went through and I found all of my videos on raising monarchs, and I made them public again, and I put them in a playlist. It's really funny. I had the best time watching the videos, especially my hair. And the older ones, like the sound, just everything. It's very enjoyable. But if you want a chance to go back and see all the different things I've done to raise monarch caterpillars into butterflies, and my different setups, and how to move a chrysalis, and how to wash the milkweed, and anyway, all that fun stuff is now in a playlist, and I'm going to show you how to find it right now. Okay, so I'm filming my iPad. When you're on my channel homepage, here's all of the tabs. And if you go on your phone, you only see so many tabs, and you scroll over and you'll see the rest of them. But for this, you want to tap playlists. And this is the new playlist I just added, and it's called Raising Monarch Caterpillars to Butterflies with Milkweed. And you click on that. There's 32 videos. Yeah, I had a lot of content. I knew I did. And so all my old videos on this topic are now public again. And they go from the oldest. So if you want to see the oldest ones, scroll down. Like this one right here, full tour of my indoor monarch butterfly raising setup. You can see like one of my earlier ones. There's a video on OE, washing monarch eggs to remove OE spores. How I test my garden raised monarch butterflies for OE. I show you how I test them under the microscope and everything. I think in that one, I even let you look through the microscope lens so you can see what the spores look like. Monarch caterpillar care. Always lots of thoughts on tropical milkweed. How to grow milkweed, plants for monarch butterflies, from egg to monarch. So you can just go raise butterflies indoors. You can just go and read the titles and see what you're interested in, from planting the milkweed in your garden to growing the milkweed to feeding the caterpillars to raising the caterpillars to getting the caterpillars to visit, or the butterflies to visit your garden. This one shows how I put in the wetland garden, and you actually see how I dug it all out and put the pond liner in. And here's another one, bleach washing. So they're in order from oldest to newest. And anyway, there you go. And if you want to see how my hair has changed and how my garden has changed, there you go. And you know what I'm thinking about doing? Actually, I probably am going to do is I'm going to go get all my old garden tour videos and make some of them public and put them in a playlist. And that way you can see how my garden has changed over time. I think that'll be fun. But this took a long time to do. I had to go back and find them all, first of all. And then the ones that were members only, I had to make public. And then I had to watch them to see if they really had good information, or if the monarch piece was just a small part and I was talking about a bunch of other things. So hopefully you find this helpful and love it. And I'm going to link this playlist at the end of this video. So at the end of this video, there'll be a little picture that comes up, and it'll have a subscribe thing, and it'll have a link to this playlist that you can just click on at the end of this video if you want to check it out right away. Okay, back to the video. Oh, look, there's a gorgeous giant swallowtail. There's another giant swallowtail down there on that pentas. Oh, look, and there were just two butterflies. There was a polydamas, there it is, and a zebra longwing enjoying the pagoda plant flowers. Isn't that so funny how all of a sudden they're popular? Here's a little zebra longwing right here on Mexican sunflower. But right now I'm gonna stay focused on the tropical milkweed and see what kind of progress I can make with that. Can you believe how many times I've said tropical milkweed? I know. Cringe. I know some of you are out there cringing. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be covered, and it's going to get more monarch butterflies out into the world. Because are you noticing? Do you see a monarch? No, there's a Gulf fritillary, giant swallowtail, zebra longwings, polydamas swallowtails. There's a little Horace's dusky wing. Okay, so coming back to my work area, this chair is broken, so we're gonna move that out. And I have this like whole empty space here, so I'm gonna bring the leaf blower and blow all that out. But also the dogs like to romp through here. So what I think I'll do is more line the tropical milkweed up along my shelving there, and then I can just, it'll still be off to the side so it won't be right in the middle, and then I'll just cover it all with the fabric. So I'm gonna go grab my leaf blower. I love leaf blowing, and whoosh all this out of here. This is my Ego leaf blower with the rechargeable battery. I love this thing. I love it. I have so much fun with it. It's turbocharged. Look at that. Just like my car. Okay. I'm not going to make you listen to the whole thing, but I'll give you just a little bit in case you find enjoyment in this too. Woo! Look at it go. And then for like these stuck parts, you push the turbo button and then it just goes at it. Woo! Okay, I'll be back. Oh, that's better. Look at that. All right, so I want to put down some of the little plastic trays like I have over here with my little cosmos and other friends growing on. What I like about these trays is they hold some water, but they're not super deep, so the plant's not drowning, and it does get a chance to dry out unless like we have day after day of continuous rain. But I want to put some of those down, and then I'll set the pots in them, and then we'll cover them. Look at the little cosmos. They're all crammed. I threw so many seeds in. I'm just letting them grow. They're fighting for it. They're gonna fight it out, see who gets to bloom. And it looks like some of them are. Look at this one. It's all full of scarlet hibiscus. There's a whole bunch of them coming up in there. I just want to see what they're gonna do. Same with the parsley. Oh, you know what? All these giant swallowtails, I'm gonna have to come out and recheck all my wild lime plants. Fortunately, I have a bunch of these trays, so plenty, I hope. I think each tray will hold 3 pots, and I have 14 trays. Oh gosh, time to do some math. 14 times 3, well 10 times 3 is 30, and 4 times 3 is 12, and 30 plus 12 is 42. We should be good. Did I do that right? I think I did. Oh no, look what we have here. It's my little female, and she made her way into the garden room, so now I'm gonna have to go catch her and get her out. And she's in a place that's hard to reach, but I will get her. She's out. I scooped her up with my handy dandy net I keep in here. I can't tell you how many butterflies, well, not really butterflies, they usually don't come in, but bees, I have saved with this thing, and dragonflies, and a couple of times little birds have gotten in here. It's good to have a net. Hey, look, I was able to fit 4 on. So yay, I won't need as many trays as I thought, or as much space. Look, there's a skipper. And there's a zebra longwing, and there's another skipper. Isn't that wonderful? And there's a golf fritillary in the background. And my husband's mowing, so you can hear the mower. Sorry about that. I finished moving all the tropical milkweed. I was just waiting for him to get done mowing the side yard. So I just sat here on my little stool. Thought I'll just sit here and watch some butterflies, feel the breeze, sit in the shade. And then I saw these butterflies and I had to show them to you. So you get to see butterflies and hear a lawnmower. All right, here they all are, all on their little trays. There's still a lot of space left for my dogs to play. I'm gonna give them a drink, even though it looks like we're gonna get some rain, but just because it looks cloudy over there, that can just roll right on by. Because right behind me it looks like this, so you never know, and you can't count on it. So I always water just to be on the safe side if I have a plant that I know needs a drink. Look, you're flying over all the milkweed, and you know what, there's some caterpillars on them, but they'll be just fine under the net. They'll just, I don't know, they might even hang on the net to pupate. I'll have to keep an eye out for that, won't I? But they could crawl out and, easily get out from under the net. Hey, look, I just turned around to go walk up and turn the hose on, and look, there's one of the little flowers on my strong bark. I was just saying that we'll be able to see one of the little blooms on Saturday. We did the walkthrough on Saturday's video. So, I mean, it was just 2 days and we get to see a bloom. That's fabulous. All right, I'm gonna walk up and get the netting and we'll cover it all up. All right, this is what I bought on Amazon. Ultra fine mesh size, so it lets in sunlight, rain, is breathable, but it'll keep things you don't want in there. And you know what, I was thinking it'd be funny because I can see monarchs landing on here and laying eggs like on the netting on top of the leaves. So I'll have to watch and see if that happens. Barrier screen for patio gazebo windows. Okay, so it's 10 feet by 33. Clearly I don't need that much. I always buy way more than I need because I'd rather have way more than just a little not enough. And I can cut it and reuse it, although this says it lasts for years, so we'll see. If I remember, I'll add this to my Amazon storefront where you can find all the things I use at Amazon. And if you shop through my links, it's an affiliate link and Amazon pays me a tiny, tiny, tiny percent of the sale. So I get a little gift card, maybe like a $15 gift card once every 2 months. Okay. Let's go do it. I might use some little pieces of this over some of my pipe vine because I keep wanting it to grow back, but they keep laying eggs on it. That's a good idea. That's why you buy extra. And now my assistant is doing a wonderful job. Are you helping? Are you going to help me measure it out? And there we go. It's all tucked in. Isn't it cute? I threw some little rocks around on it in case it decided it wanted to blow away in the wind. And so now I can just come up and lift off a corner and take a trimming or two and Imagine all the caterpillars we can feed with that. Woohoo! All right, let's hope it does well. And now let's go in and look at some of the adorable little monarch caterpillars that I'm currently raising. And maybe we'll look and see if we can find some more in the garden. All right, this is my current floral tube. I only have one with milkweeds in it. But you can see, oh, look here. We have a chrysalis. And look at those two sweet babies. These are monarch caterpillars. There's actually a combination of Asclepias incarnata and Asclepias curassavica. The curassavica is tropical. Tropical is not native, which is why we cringe at it. But if you happen to find yourself getting some for free and you know how to responsibly care for it, you can use it. Look, there's another chrysalis. Oh my gosh, they're such cute little guys. All tucked in there, nice and safe. Nothing's going to eat them. And hopefully they are not going to have a heavy load of OE spores. There's another little guy doing a back bend. Oh, there's another one. These are the ones that I brought in off of the balloon milkweed. Remember the balloon milkweed I found some? Maybe I should go back out there and look and see if there's more, since I have lots to feed them. Oh, and who's right beside these guys in the lepidarium? Oh, there. You'll find out about them in another video later this week. See, here I am out here scanning my balloon milkweed, and you can see signs that there were little caterpillars here eating. And I did take some of them in, but it wasn't all of them. And now I don't see any. They disappear that quickly. Let me check this branch. That's probably a little predator right there. Probably looking for little caterpillars to parasitize or just flat out eat. So this is balloon milkweed. It's also not native, but it doesn't have the same traumatic tendencies that tropical milkweed has, as it lives as an annual here. So it will just die and not come back. So far, no caterpillars spotted. Let's look down at these lower ones. I wonder if when I edit this, I'll see that I missed some. Happens a lot. Look! Yay! I'll just pluck that leaf off. We got one little guy. All right, well, he's the only one I found, but he's coming in. And, you know, whether in Florida tropical milkweed is an issue is highly debated. In South Florida, it's really not. They actually kind of need it there because there's a year-round population there. And if it weren't for tropical milkweed, there'd be no place for the caterpillars to thrive. there'd be no place for the butterflies to lay their eggs. And there's tons of it down there. And those butterflies, look, there's more caterpillars. Those butterflies don't migrate. So, as long as it gets cut back regularly, so it can grow fresh leaves and you can get rid of old leaves that might be heavily covered in OE spores. You know, if you know how to take care of it, it can be done. Central Florida is still more of a question because it's likely that central Florida butterflies don't migrate and they just go south to South Florida, and that's, you know, not a huge issue. But North Florida is actually a travel through for the migratory population that's headed down to Mexico. And so it's very important for you guys not to have tropical milkweed, because our native milkweeds die back just in time for the butterflies to migrate. And if they were to come across tropical milkweed while they were migrating, it's possible they come out of diapause, which is a pause on their reproductive capabilities. And they might just go land on that milkweed and stay there, and then unfortunately end up freezing because the temperatures are too cold for them. And the other thing is that it grows very easily from seed, and it flowers easily, and it produces seeds. And if you're not regularly trimming back the flowers and it goes to seed and you let it get out of your yard, well, who's going to go cut all that milkweed back? Nobody. And then that greatly contributes to the collection of spores and the issues with OE, which is a protozoan parasite that affects monarch, queen, and soldier butterflies. And it's awful horrible. And if you want to raise butterflies, make sure you know all about OE before you decide to raise monarchs. The other butterflies do not have this parasite, and they're much easier to raise. Oh, like these adorable little guys. So easy. Well, that was probably something you didn't expect to see on my channel. And again, I'll say I prefer not to use tropical milkweed, but since I came upon it in a free way and I know how to use it and use it in a as best as I can safe manner, I'm going to use it. And that way my native milkweeds that are in my garden can grow and thrive, and I won't have to take cuttings from them. I love it. If you have any questions for me, ask in the comments. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. If you have beautiful plants in your garden and beautiful garden spaces, take pictures of them and post them in our community section that YouTube has gifted us. I'm a beta tester of it. Not everyone has it, so go use it. Show YouTube we love it. And you will find that on my channel homepage, but you have to go in on your phone and it'll say, I think it says like community or go to community. Just tap that button and you can scroll through and see other people's photos they have posted, and you can add your own. And then I'm usually always posting pictures on there too. If you want to see some of the photos I take of my garden and butterflies and caterpillars, make sure you're always checking my posts section on my homepage. And with that, my friends, I'll see you in my next video. There's a lot coming up, so stay tuned and tap the like button.